I bet you right now that something on you is hurting. Maybe it's your shoulders when you press. Maybe it's your back when you pull. Maybe your knees pop when you squat. But here's the part that most people do not want to say. You still want to train. That does not mean you're stubborn. It does not mean you don't know no better. It means that training still helps you feel like yourself. But every time you ask, you hear the same things. Rest more, train lighter, or see a specialist. Now that advice is not wrong. It's just not made for someone like you. This is not a beginner's problem. You've been training for years. You know what it feels like to work hard and stay consistent and build a body through effort. But the body you built is the same one that you got living right now. And that's a completely different challenge. Trust me, I know this firsthand. I've been the guy on the floor at 6 a.m. trying to figure out how to stand up without waking anyone up. I know what it feels like to look at a program that you wrote and wonder if you can make it past the warm-up. Most fitness content is not made for people like us. It's made for someone who's just not getting started. So it focuses on motivation, habits, and that beginner's momentum. But almost nobody is speaking to us who's been training for years. Now who's trying to keep going with the back with 2 slip discs, a scoped shoulder or a torn rotator cuff, and maybe a total of 4 hours a week to work with, if that. That's who I'm talking to. So here's what most people get wrong when they hear beat up athletes complain about joint pain. So the default answer is to do less, go lighter, or rest the area. And for a week or 2, yes, that can feel right. But then the stiffness come back. You're doing less, but you still feel beat up. After a while, just like me, you start to think, well, this is my new norm. But here's the part where most people miss. Your joints do better when they move. When you stop moving, they can get stiff and cranky. That is why too much rest can literally backfire. Less movement can make your joints feel worse, not better. Even small bits of movement can help throughout the day. You don't have to do a whole lot. You just have to keep moving. So yes, you may need less weight or less stress on a sore joint, but full rest is not always the answer. A lot of the time, your body just needs to move through its range of motion. Here's something that I bet you never heard. Your muscles and tendons do not adapt at the same speed. Not even close. Some parts of your body take longer to catch up. Now your muscles can get strong pretty fast, but the parts that hold your muscle together, the tendons, that's going to take a little bit. And over time, that gap grows. So as you continue to work out and train, your muscles do get bigger and stronger, but your tendons take longer to catch up. That is why beat up lifters and athletes get hurt. It's not because we are weak. It's because our tendons are just taking longer to catch up to what we're trying to make it do. So no, you are not broken. Your body is just out of balance right now. And that is something that we could work on. So real quick, drop a comment and tell me which part of your body won't let you do what you used to do anymore. I'm building videos on what you're actually dealing with. So okay, 3 fixes, all simple and based on current research. Fix number 1 is the lowering phase. So why does lowering the weight helps? Most people focus on just lifting the weight, but the way you lower the weight also matters. When you lower the weight slowly, your muscles take more of the force. That means less stress gets dumped on your joints. Think about a car or truck hitting a pothole. With good suspension and shocks, you don't even feel it. But without it, you feel the whole thing. Lowering the weight works the same way. It helps your body handle the force better. Here's a simple fix. Next time you go to the gym, just take about 3 seconds to lower the weight. You could keep the same exercises, you could keep the same weight. Just lower the weight slowly. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference. And here's the thing that I learned the hard way. The problem wasn't what I was doing. The problem was I was doing the exact same thing every single time. So fix number 2, stop repeating the same exact movement pattern every single time. Now I know that sounds weird, but hear me out. If you trained the same way for years, your body get used to moving in that same pattern over time. Problem is the same spot keeps taking the hit. And over time, the spot gets worn down while the other parts continue to do less work. So to fix, change the tool, not the goal. A trap bar is not always better than a barbell. A dumbbell is not always easier. They just make your body work differently, which is just enough to give sore spots a break. You don't need a whole new program. Just pick 2 to 3 versions of the same move and switch between them. You're still training the same muscles, you're just spreading the work around. Now fix number 3, people may push back on this one. So I'm going to keep it 100 with you. When you've been hurt like me for a long time, your body could get extra jumpy. That means your body could start warning you too soon, even when you're not doing any new damage. So sometimes the pain you feel in training is real, but it does not always mean something is getting hurt right now. Now that doesn't mean the pain is fake. It just means that it's not as simple as that. So here's what that means when you train. If you feel a sharp new pain in a spot that does not really hurt, stop and back off. So here is exactly what I want you to take into the gym this week. On day 1, pick a lower body movement. Add a 3-second lowering phase. Just slow it down. Your joints will notice it before your muscles do. Day 2, swap out one of your usual exercises for a variation that works the same muscle from a slightly different angle. For example, from a barbell bench press to a dumbbell bench press. From a back squat to a trap bar. Barbell row to a single arm dumbbell row. The intent is the same. The load path is different. You're not making it any easier, you're just making it smarter. Day 3, after your session, sit down for 2 to 3 minutes and see how you felt.